Hello everyone! Today we're going to tackle a new grammar lesson, Comparative and Superlatives. One of the most common things we do in our everyday language is to compare things. It might be comparing restaurants, candidates for a job position, or even films to see at the cinema. So, what are comparatives and superlatives? We use comparatives and superlatives to say how people or things are different. We use a comparative adjective to express how two people or things are different. In order to say that someone or something has a superior or inferior quality or size, you must use the comparative form. And we use a superlative adjective to show how one person or thing is different to all the others of its kind. When you want to say that one person or thing is superior or inferior to all others in that group, you must use the superlative form. For example, Anne is taller than Jack. Mike is the tallest person in the family. Now, let's focus on the details of how to create each of these adjectives. The one-syllable adjectives. We add ER for the comparative form and EST for the superlative form. If the adjective has a consonant plus vowel plus consonant, the final consonant must be doubled before adding the ending. For example, the adjective tall will be taller than in the comparative form and the tallest in the superlative form. Fat will be fatter than in the comparative form by doubling the T, and the fattest in the superlative form. Big will be bigger than and the biggest. The adjective sad will be sadder than and the saddest. One-syllable adjective ending in E. If an adjective ends in E, we add only R or ST. For example, the adjective nice will be nicer than or the nicest. Large will be larger than or the largest. If an adjective ends in a consonant and Y, we change the Y into I and add ER or EST. For example, happy will be happier than and the happiest. Silly will be sillier than or the silliest. Busy will be busier than or the busiest. 3 or more syllables adjectives. Adjectives with 3 or more syllables form the comparative by putting more in front of the adjective, and the superlative by putting most in front of the adjective. For example, the adjective important will be more important than in the comparative form and the most important in the superlative form. Expensive will be more expensive than and the most expensive. Irregular comparatives and superlatives. These very common adjectives have completely irregular comparative and superlative forms, and you must learn them by heart. For example, good will be better than and the best. Bad will be worse than or the worst. Little will be less than or the least. Much will be more than or the most. Far will be further or farther than, and the furthest or the farthest. As comparative form. There is another way to compare people and things in English, which is using as plus adjective plus as. We use this form to say that things are or aren't the same. For example, I am as tall as my brother. Here, I mean that we are the same height. Another example, this book isn't as good as that one. Here, I mean that the quality of the books is not the same. Pay attention that if we are using as, we must use the adjective in the base form without any changes in it. Now, it's time for practice. Fill in the correct form of the words in the brackets. Number 1. My house is space than yours. Use the word big. Excellent! My house is bigger than yours. This flower is space than that one. Use the word beautiful. Superb! This flower is more beautiful than that one. Number 3. This is space book I've ever read. Use the word interesting. Very good. This is the most interesting book I have ever read. A holiday by the sea is space than a holiday in the mountain. Use the word good. Great! A holiday by the sea is better than a holiday in the mountain. Which is the space animal in the world? Use the word dangerous. Awesome! Which is the most dangerous animal in the world? The weather in summer is space than last summer. Use the word bad. Great! The weather this summer is worse than last summer. February is space than April. Use the word short. Great! February is shorter than April. A chocolate cake is space than an apple. Use the word delicious. A chocolate cake is more delicious than an apple. Great job! If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share it with your friends. Goodbye! Don't forget to answer the activities in the description box to check your understanding. لا تنسى الإجابة على الأنشطة في صندوق الوصف للتحقق من فهمك.